Rolling.
Good morning, welcome to this beautiful location. Been up till about 3 or 4 in the morning last night, chatting with some of the local boys, names not to be discussed, about some of the problems that are occurring in this beach and how we can help to solve them with the turtle sanctuary, their mangrove restoration project, and also re-entering some endangered species back into the native environment. It's all a bit hush-hush. One of the local guys, the leader of the local conservation group, has sort of been locked up in jail before, a bunch of other things, so none of it could really be recorded last night, any of the conversations that we're having. But yeah, here we are. And we're going to show you around this place the next day or so. Do a lot of cleanups with these groups, and we're going to put on a hell concert. So yeah, here we go.
What have we got here, mate?
We got little bits of plastic in my lovely swimming hole. Well, it's actually pretty good. It's still live fish in here, so it can't be that bad of water.
From now on, ready to the beach, and then up to the beach. Thank you very much. And going to the science, we're going around to the Inca, and we are putting out plastic and putting it in the bin, so that your beaches look beautiful again.
The NbC's Crystal Land Tour was the first of its kind to come to rural East Java and share education and information about the impacts of marine and coastal debris on native environments. Sharing our music with the local people of Indonesia was an experience that I will never forget. Assisting rural communities with marine and coastal issues is something that sits close to our hearts, and we aim to achieve as much as we can.
What was that, mate? Doing well.
This video is a demonstration of what only a few people can achieve off their own backs with minimal funding. The Crystal Land Tour was created merely out of passion and the desire to improve the natural world. For us, the Crystal Land Tour is an opportunity to give back to the planet and the communities that live on it. We don't do this work for monetary value, we simply do it because we care.
You find any nappies, mate?
And eventually, we'll make a difference.
Somewhere in my pile there's nappies. It's hard to tell the difference, they all kind of look the same. Really good fishing rod though.
It's nice.
This is one of numerous wilderness areas where we collected plastic out of the environment. At this one particular river we spent 5 hours removing debris out of the system. While removing the rubbish from the river, we spoke with the local people and asked what problems they faced in regards to removing plastic from these sorts of areas. Despite consistent effort by the local people to remove rubbish and plastic from the river, it seemed that there was a constant battle that they simply could not win. Consistent tourism pressure combined with flood events would bring plastic and marine debris straight into the system directly. Which is what I do best.
It's looking clearing up a lot more.
Isn't it? That's the difference already. What? One elder lady approached us while we were cleaning up the river, nearly with tears in her eyes, in appreciation for the work that we were doing there and removing all of this debris, and she reminded us of the times of when she was younger and how good the river once looked. These kinds of statements and conversations with elderly people really gets me thinking about the impacts that humans are having and what kind of future we're going to leave for our children. Assisting rural communities with marine and coastal issues is something that sits very close to our hearts for both myself and for Rob, and we aim to achieve as much as we can. Working together with our photographer Reese, fellow musician Shanine, and music coordinator Herman, we achieve so much. This is what we achieved within 5 hours at this river system. Imagine what we can achieve with a little bit more sponsorship and a whole lifetime ahead of us. Look at it. They're reproducing. We got baby pot meat. Hectic. The problem's bigger than we thought. Rubbish is now evolving into being able to reproduce. Yep, probably.
Yes, there's nappies in there.
Oh, get that. Shanine's first nappy.
Woo! Oh no. We've got crossbred genetics between the Indonesia have been breeding with the chip packets
To create
hybrid species.
Plastic and marine debris is a global crisis. It's something that people need to make the decision now. Am I going to stand up and do something about it personally, or am I just going to wait around and wait for the world to turn into a giant dump? We decided to do something about the problem ourselves. After 5 hours in the Indonesian sun, we managed to collect 30 foot of pot meat containers end to end. It was quite astonishing how many we actually collected out of a 100 metre stretch. Now be witness to what we achieved. We picked up a further 10 bins of plastic and debris off the bottom of the river and along the riverbank itself. Our estimated total of plastic collected was about 3 cubic metres, very astonishing considering that it was only a 500 metre stretch of river. These before and after shots that you're seeing now are proof of what we can achieve here at the NbC, and I can't wait to see what we achieve in 2016. We are finding a lot of freshwater crustaceans and animals were actually using the rubbish as habitat. For me as a marine biologist, this was quite sad to see. What a lot of people don't realise is that you as an individual can actually make a positive difference to an environment. Simply by putting in the time and a little bit of effort with some friends, you can actually improve the environment for the greater good. I firmly believe that with a global integrated management approach, we can actually solve the marine and coastal debris problem. The decision truly is in your hands. If you choose to make a difference, you will. The ideas and connections that we left behind in 2015 are now growing, and we will be returning in 2016 to continue the work that we've started. These foundations and greater knowledge of the issues that the communities face will allow us to achieve so much more this time.
Key romantic piano now.
Alright, Rob's just measuring out our pot meat train. One of the main problems with this is, well, I guess it's not necessarily the company, it's the consumers and the product that it's made out of. So, polystyrene, some of these, we've got all different kinds of labels here, from all different kinds of years, all different sorts of produce. Pretty much this polystyrene, some of these could have been in here for 5 or 6 years, who knows? Like 30 foot.
30 foot and 100 metres stretch of rubber.
Nice. So polystyrene is pretty much going to stay in the environment forever. The main thing that you can do to reduce the impact of polystyrene is don't buy it. Plain and simple as that. Companies don't produce polystyrene. It's a terrible product in the environment. and literally all it does is stay there forever and kill anything that it comes in contact with. We found things living inside of it, there's photos all around the world, and they're trapped over animals' necks for their whole lives. You know, it's suffocating the planet. It's a petroleum-based product, and pretty much it's just no good for anyone involved.
Well said.
High five. Well, we have a small rubbish pile here. It took us about half an hour to get out of this small 4-metre section of the river. Our next rubbish pile was just up by those NbC cartons. And yeah, well, that's pretty much the result. How much kind of just ended up floating down. The waterfall's just there. This is just out of this 100-metre stretch basically. And we've got about 8 piles this size just dotted up here.
If we had another 4 hours here, we could have this place spotless. Unfortunately, we've got to go and work with some endangered animals and turtles. Try and help them as well.
Other turtles.
But we'll be back next year and we'll do it all over again. And hopefully we've also educated some of the local people to put up some signs warning tourists, saying do not throw rubbish in the river. Think about the future, think about your children, and just try to conserve this planet.
Quite amazing just how much you actually inspire people to sort it out as well. We were walking around picking up and some of the locals kind of just saw us, and obviously it just sparks a bit of thought and a bit of motivation. And they sort of started wandering around helping as well, so it's pretty good to see.
Now, a lot of them are pretty jaded too,
Yeah.
with the effort that they've put in over the years, and then seeing tourists just come and trash the place over and over and over and over again. So a lot of the local people are quite frustrated and quite jaded with the situation, because they've done everything that they can on a weekly basis, and week to week it keeps getting destroyed. So we're trying to suss out signage and possibly even some sort of rubbish police sort of system where fines can be issued if tourists are caught by the local people throwing rubbish in the area. Here we go, we're taking our Pop Me train back to the train station. Toot toot! Toot toot!
Send a letter to the company to give us some money to get rid of all this shit.
Yeah. Then do you have anything?
Pharaoh.
Anything you want to say to Pop Me?
Pop me is good, but the rubbish is not.
Thank you, Pharaoh Herman.
It's not that good.
Yeah, not that really good, but yeah.
It's not healthy.
Not healthy, but well.
Pretty tasty.
Pretty
Especially when
tasty.
you're a city kid, my book.
Good for someone who hang up to eat pop me, but don't forget to throw the rubbish into the bin.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely I will send a letter to the pop me company to just give us some money to get rid of this.
Yeah. Sweet.
Do you have these in Egypt?